Hey everyone, welcome back to my hack and slash tutorial. There may be some gaps and missing tutorials, but I'll fill it in later. For now, we'll move on from the player character and create a basic enemy. This may not be the proper way of making an enemy, but it's the fastest and quickest and simplest way I can think of. If you're on Unreal Engine 5, the same direction should apply. So first thing we want to do is set up some variables on our player character. We want to go to the unarmed logic and create a custom event for it. Then we want to create an isPlayer variable and make it public. Find your begin play node and play the unarmed custom event. As soon as you start now, the character should unarm automatically. Now I want to right click the player character and create a child. Make sure the isPlayer variable is unticked on the child and ticked on the player. We should be able to see this variable here since it's public. Now let's go into the child. Actually, before that, we want to fix any collision issues. So go into the player character and make sure collision test is disabled under camera boom. Modifying this on the player will also change it on the child. We also want these weapons to be set to ignore with no collision. Now go back to the child. Off begin play, set player 1 to false. Get player character and cast to our player character. Drag out the blue and promote to variable so we can create a reference. Drag out from the blue to grab the isPlayer1 variable and make a branch. If player 1 is true, then we can set it as a target reference. From the event tick, drag out a branch and get a distance 2. We want our reference as well as self. Drag out from the green and let's say greater or equal to 300. So if the distance between the player and the enemy is greater than or equal to 300, we want to rotate that enemy. Drag off true and set actor rotation. Find look at rotation, and we want to get the actor location of self and the reference. And then we plug these in like so. As you can see, the enemy rotates towards us. Now I want it to move forward. Drag off this and add movement input. Get actor forward vector of self, plug it into world direction, and plug self into target. And there you have it, the enemy is following us. Now I want to go back to the branch, and if the target distance is not greater or equal to 300, we can perform an attack. So let's add a delay, and we'll make it random, like 1 to 3 seconds. After the delay, play anim montage, and we'll use one of our charge attack montages. There we go. Now our enemy follows us and attacks when it's close, with a random delay. If we want to get fancy, we can add a switch on int node. We'll add some pins and make the selection random. Depending on the number, a different montage will play. Make sure to make the minimum 1 and the maximum 3. And there you have it. That's the most basic enemy you can make, probably in the shortest amount of time I can think of.